Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. We're getting ready to go out. We're going to a place today called the Picnic, a Pattaya Picnic. Place I've been wanting to go for a while. I'm going to try it. We were out here visiting a friend that has been a little bit under the weather the last couple days, last week, so we came to visit him, and it's close by here. Anyway, the other night, while we make our way out there, we went out to an event, the first of its kind at this place, but it was a lot of fun. There'll be more coming. So while we make our way out there, let's take a quick look at that. We had a lot of fun out there. So, right, I'm back here tonight at Rage, the Rage Muay Thai gym in South Pattaya. Now, we were just here not long ago because their cafe just opened, the Ringside Cafe, and I think that is what has enabled this event now. So, as I said, first of its kind.
All right, get ready. Round two, fight!
But they plan on doing these regularly, so this first one maybe not as well attended as I think the future ones will be, but this was a lot of fun. It's called Muay Thai, and this is a lot less about boxing than it is about balance, as you'll see here. It's yes, it's boxing gloves, but believe it or not, this is actually a traditional type sport up in Isan. They would sometimes do this across a little pond out by the rice fields or something like that. And it's about who stays on the bamboo. It's not about, okay, a scorecard and judges and a blow to the face or a critical area or a blow to the body and counting up all those scores. It's not about that. It's about who can stay on the bamboo and who doesn't, who ends up in the drink. So sometimes you don't even have to really hit your opponent. Now, these guys probably did more boxing than any of the other parties involved, but a lot of them, some of them, they didn't even throw the first punch and somebody was already in the pool. But as you can see, this one's a real bout here. But the way this worked, they had a bunch of people show up, and they lined them all up, and then they divided those into two teams, maybe a left team, left side of the pool, right side of the pool, and they had multiple rounds. The winning team got 4,000 baht to split amongst them. So here again, not a whole great big prize, but I think it's more about having fun. And I like they did this in the evening, right around sunset. I think it started around 5 o'clock, so it wasn't terribly hot, but still probably refreshing for the guys to and gals, as you'll see in a minute, to fall into the pool. So after, I don't know, about maybe 8 bouts or something like that, they awarded a winner, they awarded a team, and they got their prize. But after that, it seemed like there was more people that wanted to do this, and that's another point. If you show up to the event, they kind of just ask, hey, does anybody that wants to can do this? So I could have gotten up there and done it. Now, I think just getting out into on the pole was even harder than the boxing, but they did have some subsequent rounds after the little prize giveaway here, and there was a lady boxer, and they asked for an additional female competitor. And this lady, I'm not sure she's a real boxer. She just was there and said, yeah, I'll do it. So she gets up there, and this is what I'm talking about. It's a lot. I think half the battle is just getting up here onto the bamboo plank and keeping your balance to start the bout, because her first try here, I think she thought that would be maybe an easier way to keep the balance. I don't know, but she ended up like that. she didn't even make it out to the original fighting position there to start the bout, and she was already well on her way to being inside the drink. So there's always a you can get right back up on the horse and try again. So this time there was one, I guess this guy would be kind of like the referee, although you don't need much of a referee, and he had the idea to help balance her by her feet there to get her out there, at least so we could have a bout. But it all is a battle of wills and who has the best balance. Balance is a key ingredient in fighting, so I can see how the Muay Thai fighters would actually embrace this and maybe use it as a learning tool to maintain their balance. But This was a little bit of a weight differential here, but here again, I don't really think that matters. It doesn't translate like regular boxing would. But there is another strategy. If you hug your opponent and you both fall in the water, well, at least you don't lose. That would be considered a draw. Anyway, lots of fun. So yeah, a lot of fun that. Hope they continue to have those. I'd go back. I hope they kind of expand it and make more participants and make it a whole evening or nighttime event. That would be pretty cool. But here at the picnic ground, the Pattaya Picnic Ground and Barbecue, you have a big outside seating area here. Better for in the evening. It's a little hot to be sitting out here today. There's like a creek that runs through this, and there's all kind of different seating arrangements from little umbrella, bamboo umbrella huts like I'm in, to teepees, wooden teepees, canvas teepees. It's all very nice. So in the daytime, I think most people, everybody that's here right now, is set inside in the air conditioner. It's nice and cool in there on the first floor. And it's a coffee shop, cafe. They have desserts, some very good looking desserts. They have ice cream, all the coffees that you would want, iced coffee, cold, hot, all of that. And a great menu with Italian food, all kind of pasta dishes. I had pizza. They got a whole pizza selection and lots of Thai food. So I've heard good things about the food here. We didn't really get much to eat because we're in a little bit of a rush today. Our friend On has to get back to work, and Lan made some special Isan food for those two to eat when we get back home. So just a snack here, really. Maybe I'll come by in the evening sometime and get a full course meal. But the pizza was good. I got the Hawaiian pizza. I went upstairs to take a look. Nobody is sitting upstairs. The minute I mount the steps, it's actually a very good study for something like this. You just feel the heat increase as you go up the steps. And by the time you're up there, it felt like a sauna up there. And spend a minute in that room and then walk out on the little balcony that they have up there, and it feels like you're walking in the air condition because it's much cooler outside than it is up in that room. I guess all the heat rises from the open floor plan up to that second floor. Even though they have cold air conditioning downstairs, all that heat rises, and it's a sauna up there. So I didn't see any aircon units up there, but maybe in the evening they open those windows up and it's a nice view down on the garden and all that. So it's probably just for evening only. But reasonable prices on the menu, about par for the course, and the food and drink that we had was good. Out here in the garden area, I saw something in the little river here. I used to have a fish tank time ago, and I remember we had something that we called an algae eater, and I believe the name of it was a pleco. I think that's a family or almost a genre, not so much a species. I think there's many different kinds, but the one I saw here was huge, over maybe 14 inches long, something like that, great big fat head. I mean, I thought the one that I had was big. He was maybe 6 inches long or something. It was like the biggest fish in the tank, and they all stayed on the bottom and sucked up all the algae or whatever was on the rocks. And it looks like they do the same thing here. That's what they eat, algae and things like that. And I guess anything that falls to the bottom. But they're supersized here, at least the variant or the species that is maybe indigenous to here. They're huge. But they got a big sucker for a mouth. That's why I think they call them algae eaters or something like that. But I hadn't seen anything like that before here. Quite interesting. Also got like a little playground here for the kids. There's just a tapioca farm next door, kind of out here a little bit in the country. This is I guess this would still be considered the Wat Nong Ket area, but 36 is the biggest highway. I'll put you a map point because you won't find it without that. But I think they've been open since maybe September last year, something like that. And so maybe about eight months or so. And I think they're doing quite well. But a great place to chill out in the afternoon or in the evening, I think would be the more recommended, especially if you're out in this area anyway, like we were today. Anyway, so after the, I think they call that Muay Thai. After the Muay Thai bout the other night,
We worked up a little bit of an appetite watching that, and we decided to go and check out the Russian market.
All right, welcome to Little Moscow up here on the hill. Now, the Russian market, definitely one of the premier evening attractions up on Pattaya Hill. I got to tell you though, we took a little waltz around the Russian market, and the selection of Russian food was minimal. It's a lot of Thai food. It's a lot of the same stuff you'll see at other markets. Fried food. There's fish. There's pizza. There was donuts. I think the donuts a big seller. We sat close by the donuts, and they were lined up at one point to take a dozen home. But the front of the Russian market, what I call the lower half of the Russian market, it's all closed. And then there's like this food, open air, kind of free-for-all food area where you go up, you order your food, and then you have a seat in this big common area. There's music and everything. And then on the top side of the market, they're more restaurant style. You can see they have menus out here. They have proper tables like where a waitress or waiter would serve you. So I call that half kind of more the restaurant half. The restaurant half didn't seem as busy as the free-for-all, kind of the midway of the market where you just go up and grab whatever you want. I think the price is a little higher at the restaurant section. It just depends what you're looking for. They had a great selection, though, and it's a lot of Thai food. It's probably mostly Thai food here, which was a little bit surprising. I thought it would be more Russian food, but there was very little of that. But this was the best I saw there. The grilled chicken here looked very good, so we'll have some of that. These skewers, 50 baht for one of those skewers. That thing weighed over a pound. So while she cooks that all up, we'll enjoy a reasonably priced bottle of beer here in the big midway. So I got fries, a chicken, about 100 baht for that stuff right there. And then the chicken skewer, that's a big guy. I got to tell you, that's a meal in and of itself, 50 baht. So you can have, I think everything we got here was about 300 baht, the beer, everything. So you can have a very reasonably priced, a decent meal out here. Even though it's not really Russian fare, it's going to be something decent. But anyway, we had a good time there, and we took home a little banana cake. A big piece of banana cake. Speaking of bananas. So, about 8 months ago, the beginning of July, we went out to Lan's, up to Korat, to Lan's farm, and I saw banana trees growing. I said, hey, can we have a banana tree? And she cut some stalks. They were about that high, almost like little logs of banana stalks. And she brought them home and she planted them. And here we are 8 months later, and this one's grown into a full tree, and it's just heavily laden with bananas. So today I'm going to harvest my first bananas. There you go. What a fine rack of bananas. They were heavy, I tell you. Now, there are many different kind of bananas that grow here. These I would just describe as the medium bananas. They're not the real small baby bananas, nor are they the big ones, but they sure was a heavy bunch. These are not the right kind of bananas to make fried bananas with, else I would go down and give some to the banana lady around the corner. This one looks like it fused together in the growing process. Anyway, I'm pretty sure these were ripe enough to cut down. Lon said so, and sometimes the squirrels get to our papayas, so who knows, they might go after these as well, so maybe better to cut them early than late. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode, but for this one, gotta go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching, and until next time, bye for now.